Today I'm with Ian. Ian, how old are you?
I'm 27 years old.
Ian, how long have you been homeless out here in the streets of Phoenix?
For 3.5 years, since I was 24.
Back when you were 24, what happened? What caused you to end up out here?
Well, I got laid off in March, on March 17th from my job. And once the unemployment insurance kicked in, I started using that money to buy prescription painkillers. And I ended up developing a habit.
Prescription painkillers for like what was your pain or injury?
It was just for recreational use, just being young and dumb.
Got it. So you weren't getting it from a doctor, you're getting it out in the streets?
Out in the streets.
Okay. At what point did you switch from the real prescription to the counterfeit fentanyl pills that are on the streets now?
Well, when I found out that the ones that I were buying were counterfeit prescription fentanyl pills.
Got it. Okay, so they've always been counterfeit. You just thought that they were
real, and I was paying the real price for them,
which was expensive, right? $20 when they're really
$30.
They're really back then. They're I mean, they're still like today. What do you pay today for
$1 or $2?
So back then when you started, how much were you paying?
$30 a pop. But then when I found out that they were only $5, I moved out here to Phoenix and started getting them at $5.
Where are you from?
I'm from New Mexico, Farmington, New Mexico.
Farmington. I've been to Albuquerque. I was in Albuquerque last year, and it's really bad down there. I interviewed lots of people. They're on every corner. You know, Albuquerque is like a small Phoenix, right? It's a big town or little city, in my opinion, right? And it reminds me of Phoenix a little bit because just it's hitting hard down there as well. And I talked to some people and they're telling me, yeah, we go to Phoenix and go buy and bring it back to Albuquerque and use it for us. And we also make money because we sell it here. And you're saying you came from Farmington because the prices are cheaper here?
Yeah, definitely.
And so for 3 years you've been out here by yourself, just here in Phoenix? No family, no friends?
Just out here by myself, buying drugs and out here on the streets, man. Just living really bad.
So what does your family think about your lifestyle?
They definitely don't approve of it. They're not used to seeing me like this. I usually work, help my mom a lot. My mom and my brother, those are the two big staples in my life. Like, those are the two big people I have in my family, and they're not really used to me being like this. So for the last 3.5 years, it's been different for them. Me out on the streets, just being strung out.
How often do you talk to them?
Last time I talked to them, I got arrested for a trespassing violation. So I called them from jail, and that's usually when they hear from me. If I get arrested for, you know, paraphernalia charge or something out here on the streets, and I go to jail, and I call them.
Ian, what type of work were you doing before you got caught up in this?
I was in the food industry, like food prep work, a prep cook, washing dishes, just anything in the kitchen, man.
And have you sought out treatment here in Phoenix to try to help you with your addiction?
I haven't, no.
Are you not ready for it, or you just not? It's just the addiction is so hard, it's hard to get off of it, or what?
I've tried to get help, but then like I never go through with it all the way because I felt embarrassed or like ashamed of it, so I kind of just didn't go through with it, you know, because it's kind of hard being out here on the streets, and then, you know, it is a little embarrassing when you've been out here and you're homeless and, you know, you don't really have that much help. It's kind of hard to ask for help sometimes.
What do you think about the people that are ODing? They're like passing away from these pills. You know, I've interviewed hundreds of people throughout the past couple years, and there's people that are no longer here. These pills just took them, right? So do you ever think about that could happen to you?
Yeah, there's definitely people I used to buy from that died, that have OD'd out here on the streets, that I used to go get my pills from, and they're no longer here because it's like, oh, he overdosed or they overdosed. And that's happened to me a lot of times, several times.
does that deter you in some way, shape, or form, where you like, man, that could have been me, or that could be me on my next pill? Does that ever run past your mind, or no, not really?
I mean, yeah, a little, definitely. Yeah, I think about it. I'm obviously not enough, but yeah, I think about it.
What message would you give to your mom, your brother, your family, friends if they see this back in Farmington? What do you want to tell them?
Stay away from opiates and opioids. Don't feel too prideful to ask for help if you are going through some self-esteem issues or got depression issues. Don't feel too prideful to ask for help. Don't turn toward drugs, and stay away from the streets. I'm not gonna say stay away from Phoenix because it's beautiful out here, but just especially don't use blues. Don't turn to the blues. Blues are bad news, man.
Absolutely. What does your future look like? What are you trying to do? If I was to see you another 6 months, a year, 2 years, what will you be doing? Do you think?
Hopefully in a halfway house, something like that, with an ID, and hopefully having a job through a temp agency, going to a temp agency, getting a job, being under a roof, saving up some money so I can get back home to Farmington and hopefully back with my family, soon.
Do you think? Do you think that's gonna happen because you want it to happen, or do you think there has to be an intervention such as like an arrest, like you have to get locked up for an extended period of time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, where you're away from this lifestyle and you're kind of forced to just kind of think differently? Do you think that has to happen, or do you think you'll be strong enough to choose it on your own?
I think I'm strong enough to choose it on my own.
When I ask people that question, they say, you know what, I haven't hit rock bottom yet. So I'm not strong enough to choose it. It has to be chosen for me because I just haven't had rock bottom yet. And I think we all have different rock bottoms. You being on the streets, if that was me on the streets, that would be my rock bottom, right?
Yeah.
But we all have different interpretations, right? I've interviewed people and they've OD'd multiple times. One OD would be rock bottom for a lot of people, but some people are like, no, 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, and that's still not enough, not rock bottom yet. You're still out there.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting to hear different accounts and how people interpret this lifestyle just in a different way. These right here on your nose and on your hand, you have what is that?
It comes from picking, man, and living on the streets. It's a surface bacterial infection. It's not staph or MRSA, but it's a bacterial infection that comes from sleeping on the streets, sleeping on the concrete, and being in the dirt.
It's just an infection of the skin.
Yeah.
And you start picking at it and kind of make it worse.
It starts getting worse. You start breaking out like with bad acne, and then the acne mixes in with it, and it gets worse and worse. And yeah.
Okay. I noticed that with a lot of folks that are out here. That's why I ask, and people ask, that watch these videos, and they say that it's picking. They're picking at their face, and yeah. So that's unfortunate, right? That's part of being out here, right?
Yeah.
And so, man, I really hope that very soon, Ian, you decide to take control of your life and live the life that you deserve. Your mom, your brother, your family, friends back in Farmington, like they don't want this for you, right?
Oh,
and so earlier you said you're talking about self-esteem and depression. Has that affected you in the past?
Oh yeah, that's a big thing, or that's a big contribution to why I just decided to start using drugs. Just having low self-esteem and feeling depressed, and being alone all the time. Just feel like it's an escape.
Okay. There's help out there to help with all of that. There's professional help. Okay, just remember that you matter. You're important. People pray for you every day. People love you. People are gonna watch this and pray for you. Okay. I'm gonna say thank you very much, Ian, for sharing your story. I really appreciate you opening up and um, just letting us know how your life is out here. Okay, I'm hoping that a young person watches this and they're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna stay away from blues because it's not worth it, right?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, shit.
So your family should be proud, and you should be proud for having the courage to share your story and possibly save somebody's life. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna hand you my card with my number on it, so you can call me if you ever need a ride to treatment or somebody to talk to. Okay.
For sure, man.
And here's a donated blessing bag from one of my subscribers. Her name is Shorty. Can you look in the bag to see if those are items that you could use?
Yeah. This is definitely something I was hoping was in it. Some food. Yeah. All of this stuff definitely I can use, man. I definitely need all of this stuff. Body wash, all of this. Band-Aids, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush. Yo, there's a blanket in here. Gloves, this is a big one. I think this is a sweater, dude. This is way cool. This is all stuff that I'm definitely going to use, bro. Definitely going to use.
Okay.
Need. So for sure, this helps out a lot.
There's also a little letter in there. Can you pull that out really quick?
It says, "You are in my thoughts and prayers." Want me to open it?
Yeah, please.
Sure. Cool, Dallas Cowboys. Says, "First I want to say thank you for accepting this blessing bag my family and friends helped me make for you. I only ask that you do me a favor and say a prayer for me as I battle my struggles with depression, anxiety, and awful thoughts as well. When you can, please pay it forward and bless someone by simply being a friend and helping someone in need. I hope these items help out a little. Be safe and please call Art to go to treatment. We really do care and are praying for you. Love, Shorty." Blessings from Shorty Girl.
Little
This is a cool card.
yeah, little $5 gift card to QT. Really cool card, and she's gonna pray for you. Pray for her because she has her struggles as well. So Ian, stay safe. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Okay.
Right on, man. Hey, God bless you. Thank you.